What's going on, guys? Tony Ivanov here with another trading video lesson. Today we're going to talk about ZSAN and JAGX. Both stocks had amazing runs today. JAGX ran 140% on FDA news. ZSAN has been running for the past week or so, based on expected earnings. So if you don't know, every single day I give away $25 and it goes to a random commenter from their previous video lesson. I will announce the winner of that at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around, learn something new, and then see if you won the 25 bucks. So ZSAN basically started out its day with a massive pullback, and then if you've been watching my videos for the past week or so, then you should know, as day traders, we like to draw our trend lines. We like to draw our not just horizontal trend lines, but diagonal trend lines as well. And recently in this market, these diagonal trend lines have been working very nicely. So ZSAN started off its day with a massive pullback, like I said, and then all you got to do is, I'll just redo it right here. Use your ray tool, because you never know when it's going to end. Use your ray tool to make a ray that goes out in one direction. You start at the top of one candle, you connect it with the next, and then what that essentially means is that, okay, whenever the price action breaks above that line, the price has reversed, the trend has reversed, and it's now potentially going into an uptrend. So we broke that trend line at the low 13s, quickly spiked up to the high of day of low 15s, so already up $2 per share, broke out of that high of day, squeezed up even higher. It found some resistance here at 1650, just about. If we look at the daily chart real fast over here on the side, you can see yesterday's high of day was at the $15.74 level. So we'll just draw that line right here. So it hit the high of day of yesterday. It pulled back a little bit, was kind of choppy here. So people were definitely taking profits in this area because they knew that it was previous day's high and it might not hold this level. It's already up $2 per share. But then, of course, once again, we draw our wedges. Our trend line's very simple. Use our ray tool. We draw at the top of this and then go down. And then once again, we broke that trend line, spiked on up. We broke through high of day at 16.5, squeezed up to $17.39, $17.40. So just right there, that's a massive move. And the unfortunate thing about today was that I did not have any settled funds today, so I didn't really place any trades. I took one trade on ZSAN, 100 shares, because that's really all I had, and I actually bought this breakout over the previous day's high, and we had a massive pullback right afterwards down to the 1530s. So because of that, what I was expecting was this to reverse and pull back. So I took a 5-cent profit per share, basically a scratch on the trade. Frankly, I got in on it way too soon. The plays that I've been really proficient on, and the plays that have been really working for me very well, is buying the break of these diagonal trend lines, not the break of the horizontal trend lines, just because it seems like recently we've been having a bunch of these fake out breakouts. So we'll reach a price, we'll have a breakout just a tiny bit over it, and then it'll just slam right back down, and that's what I've been really worried about. So that's why I sold ZSAN too soon. Frankly, I got into it at the wrong point, so I wasted the capital that I did have on it, but I didn't take a loss on it. Just was a flat trade basically, so no big deal, no harm done there. But frankly, there was harm done to my ego, because this eventually spiked up to over $25. So even if I held at 15 bucks, I would have made 10 bucks per share. Not saying that will ever happen, because I would never recommend just buying and holding and seeing where it goes. This is a supernova, and these plays come once every few months, and it's unfortunate that this time around I have seemed to miss the big move. But I highly recommend for every single one of you, you know, whenever you see a play like this, just you have to study the daily chart. So if you look at the daily chart real fast, you can see how it's really built up. This stock has been beat down for a while, and this stock does have history of running. Let me just clean up these lines real fast. Hold on. Okay, so this stock does have a history of running up. You know, the stock has been beat down severely, and then in recent history it had a massive spike, so that should already put it on everyone's radar. It's a former runner. Let me just draw this real fast just to highlight this. This top was at 25.80. Today's high was 25.71, so just underneath it. Anyways, the way that you classify these supernovas is that you really just have to have one massive spike to set things into motion. And on the break of that massive spike, you should really start to keep an eye on it, because, you know, it has one big spike that's already 100% gains, and then it goes even higher. And if you look at this chart, it has history of going to the 15s, of going to 25, of going to 22. So you should already be looking at what are the previous resistance levels, how high has this stock gone. And once you have that in mind, it gives you some perspective of, okay, where can this go if it breaks this resistance level. So on the break of 1098, the next logical area to stop will have been 1 in the 1220s off of this high right here, or 2 in the 15s on this bounce right here. And you can clearly see that yesterday that's exactly where we stopped, at that high on December 15th. Okay, after the break over that level of yesterday's high, where's the next place we can go? Well, usually these would stop out at the 200 moving average, and if we look at the daily chart, we actually did have resistance here on the 200-day moving average in the high 16s, like 1690. So if you just look back at the day, look back to where 16 was, that was right in here. So we did have some resistance, not massive resistance, but you can see right here, this candle stopped out right there, and this whole area was choppy and eventually fell back down. So these levels do matter, and I've been having people ask me, you know, what makes these levels of support and resistance? Why do some levels hold up as resistance, and why do some levels hold up as support? Well, simply is because of traders. If everyone recognizes $2 as the bottom of a stock, wouldn't you expect people to dip buy at $2? That makes the support. If we have $10 as resistance, and you can see it on the chart, on the daily chart, you know, the price stopped at $10. Well, next time around when it goes back to that level, people are going to start taking profits at $10 because last time it got there, it stopped. So they want to lock in their profits, and they want to, you know, guarantee their profits. So the reason why levels of support and resistance work is simply because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. All these lines, all these moving averages, VWAP, Bollinger Bands, it doesn't matter how they work and how they're calculated, because in the end they all just act as levels of support and resistance. This 50 moving average, for example, this is just a level of support. So if we look at ZSAN yesterday, it was using the 50 moving average very nicely on the 1 minute chart here when it was making these wedge plays. So we'll just draw that real fast. You can see it would, you know, squeeze down the wedge, and then it would have support at that 50 moving average and then bounce up. If we look at the 5 minute, instead of the 50 moving average, we used the 13 EMA. So that's this red line right here, which actually works even better. So you can see we squeeze down, we bounce off that level, same thing here. And so yeah, all these moving averages are just levels of support and resistance. So ZSAN was a massive run. I'm not sure if it's going to keep going up. Had a massive sell-off near power hour. So just keep this on watch for a possible squeeze tomorrow on Friday, because Fridays are notorious for short squeezes. But I believe ZSAN is releasing their earnings pre-market tomorrow, and once that's out, it's going to be a buy the rumors, sell the news type situation, and it should collapse. So JAGX was a lower priced stock, and frankly I didn't have this on my watch list until it was tapping 20s, because someone in my chat room alerted it. And so JAGX had a very nice run off of FDA news, opened up in the 14s, it spiked up to hit that nice mental resistance of 20 bucks, it fell back down to VWAP, tested that VWAP as support, turned a little bit, and then it broke out of 20, which was a very strong breakout. I was unfortunately at the gym, so I didn't see this play, and two, didn't have any funds anyways to trade with. So it's just one of the situations where I need to better manage my cash account and not use my whole account on one day. I need to half that account, so I can use half my funds on one day and half on the other day. But that happens sometimes. You have some slip ups, and that's okay. Now this 20-cent level was not only a very nice round just number, like a mental resistance, it was also daily chart. You can see this day on the 5th of February, it spiked up and tapped 20 cents as resistance. So now people know, okay, this stock, it spiked up, hit 20 bucks and fell down. So this time around, on the first spike, I'm going to take my profits at 20 cents because that's just the logical thing to do. But if it can break over 20 cents, then that means that it is in uncharted territory. It has not done this in a long time. So who knows how high it can go. And that is called a breakout. That's when everyone buys because it's breaking out to new highs. And this had a massive, massive, massive squeeze up to the mid 40 cents. So you could have doubled your money in a matter of, an hour and 10 minutes. If you just bought that breakout and then say used the Bollinger Band clouds, just riding the Bollinger Band wave, and once it got really extended out of the Bollinger Band, you take your profits. Now, me personally, even if I was in on this play at 20 cents, there is no way I would have held to the 40s. I would have never expected this stock to do that. Likely I would have taken my 10, 15, 20% profits and moved on. But that's okay. You never know how high these are. You never know how high these are going to go. And the thing with day trading is that anything can happen. So you never want to try to predict, okay, the stock's breaking out 20 cents. Oh, I bet it can go to 60 cents. You don't know that. You're just guessing. And once you start to bring in the guesswork in the trading, then it becomes a gamble and it's not structured. So JAGX was crazy strong. ZSAN was crazy strong as well. If you guys traded these stocks, let me know down below in the comments. I want to see how much you guys made. Drop your profits. I want to see the money rolling because I wasn't able to profit, frankly. So I want to see you guys profiting from these video lessons. If you have learned anything from these videos and you profited on JAGX and ZSAN, drop your comment down below and I'll feature you in the next video. And that's it. So now we're going to get into who won the 25 bucks. All you got to do is leave a like, leave a subscription, leave a comment down below, and you'll enter into the chance. The winner today is, one second, page just refreshed out of nowhere. So the winner today, we had 80 unique commenters. Let's see who won it. So here is Silk Satin Paradise. He says, going short on penny stocks is scary. Yes, it definitely is. Mainly because you can have plays like ZSAN where it just squeezes up. ZSAN is just a classic short squeeze type of play. This is fueled by, one, a short squeeze, and two, the fear of missing out. The higher and higher it goes, people who are sitting on the sidelines is watching it go up. On the next breakout, they're like, okay, I do not want to miss this one. They're gonna buy it all, and it just fueled by pure fear of missing out. And that's why we have these massive crashes, because everyone who, you know, say bought this breakout up here over like $25.50, they got caught with their pants down. They were up, say, like 30 cents a share, 20 cents a share, and then they just got slammed down $2 per share. So they were cutting their losses, and then with that, you know, with that, it just collapsed on itself. So shorting penny stocks is definitely scary, but there are techniques to do it. One that I recommend looking into is you short the first red day of a supernova, because once ZSAN has a red day, I can guarantee you these shorts are gonna, you know, jump on that stock like crazy and try to ride it on down. So we'll keep an eye on ZSAN and see where it goes from here. But I'm not gonna be trading tomorrow morning. I'm gonna be on the flight going to Los Angeles. You know, my flight is at 5 a.m. in the morning California time, and the market opens at 6:30. I'm landing at 6:30, so maybe I'll be able to get some, you know, midday trading in. The good news is that I'm gonna have all my capital, but I'm not gonna force a trade, because one, I will not be in my trading zone. You know, not gonna have my desktop, not gonna have my two screens. I'm gonna be trading on this thing right there, my little Surface Pro. That's actually where I started out my trading. So I've come a long way from going to that small screen of like a 15-inch screen to now I have these two 21:9 25-inch monitors with an awesome computer that can run so much different stuff. It's very powerful, and you know, with this equipment I've been a better trader, because having the right equipment, having the right tools for the job does really help you out. Not saying that you need this right when you're starting out, because like I said, I started out with that thing right there, just a small laptop. I am actually going to make a video in probably the next 1 or 2 weeks on my trading station, so you guys can see exactly what you need and what I recommend to use if you want to, you know, have a trading station, have a desk where you trade. So stay tuned for that. And with that being said, guys, don't forget you're only one pattern, one strategy away from becoming a consistently profitable day trader. So just find that pattern and trade it like a business. Trade it without emotions, and you'll become successful. If you want to join my chat room, there's a 7-day free trial down below, and you're going to get access to 5 different, you know, chat rooms with all the different trading styles. So just, you know, do me a favor, take 1 minute, invest in your future, change your future, and check out the chat room, because like I said, it's a free trial. There's no risk whatsoever, and you can really see some benefit, because one, you'll be seeing my live alerts, and you can, you know, talk to me directly during market hours. So, you know, it's one step above and beyond these video lessons, because you can actually talk to me live through a chat room and say, hey Tony, what do you think about this stock? And then I'll look it up and see, you know, what my thoughts are. So it's a very good resource. It's very affordable, and there's a 7-day free trial. So what's to beat about that? So check it out, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.